Student, myself Vijay Kumar Misra. Today we discuss about some topic related to lens, and in this, that is, we have studied class 10 physics English medium. So that today we discuss about what is the optical center in a lens. Optical center. What is optical center? This is the definition. Mean that if any light ray incident upon the lens and after refraction, when the light ray incident upon the lens, then it gets refracted, and after refraction emerge from the concave lens or convex lens, then in this condition the light ray becomes parallel to the emergent light ray, that is the incident light ray, that is the refracted light ray, and that is the emergent light ray, which is after refraction emerge through the lens. Then in this condition, when the incident light ray and emergent light ray becomes parallel to each other, in this condition, when the refracted light ray cuts at a point inside the lens upon the principal axis, mean that when the light ray incident upon a lens in such a way that the emergent light ray becomes parallel to the incident light ray. In this condition, the refracted light ray cuts the principal axis inside the lens at a point. This point is called the optical center of the lens. But optical center, there are many types of lenses. For example, biconvex lens, plano-convex lens, and concavo-convex lens. Then, in different types of lenses, the optical center can be inside the lens, at the pole, or outside the lens. Mean that optical center may be situated inside the lens, at the pole, or outside the lens. But for thin lenses mean that lenses whose thickness is very small thickness lenses, so that in thin lenses the light ray in this behavior, so that point is called the optical center of the lens. Mean that if we take the thin lens, in this condition, when the light ray incident upon the lens then goes straight without any deviation and cuts the principal axis at a point inside the lens, that point is called the optical center of the lens. But optical center may be inside the lens, at the pole, or outside the lens. In this type of lens, it may be inside the lens. In this type of lens, it may be at the pole. In this type of lens, it may be outside the lens. But for thin lenses, optical center is in the midpoint of the lens. And again we discuss that phenomena, mean that lens, that is a lens, and C1 and C2 are the radius are the center of curvature of both the curved surfaces in the lens, because that lens is made by two curved surfaces, and two curved surfaces, this surface and this surface. So that because that there are two curved surfaces, then there are two center of curvatures, C1 and C2, and that is R1 and that is R2. What is this? This is the radius of curvature for first curved surface. This is the radius of curvature for second surface. This is the center of curvature C1. This is the center of curvature C2. Mean that thickness of lens divided the length in the ratio of their radii of curvature. Means Cp1 upon Cp2 is equal to R1 upon R2. Means that is the optical center C. That is the pole P1. That is the pole P2. So that this dividation is Cp1 and this part is Cp2. So that Cp1 upon Cp2 is equal to R1 by R2. If the Cp1 is equal to Cp2, then in this condition it means that optical center is just at the midpoint of the lens and R1 by R2, but it is Cp1 is equal to Cp2 represent that the optical center situated at the mid part of the lens, but it is only possible when R1 is equal to R2. Mean that both the radius of curvature of both the curved surfaces will be same. In this condition, the optical center situated at the middle of the lens. This is the optical center of the lens. These are phenomena related to optical center of the lens. And that is lens formula. Lens formula 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. That is the formula, not derivation required. So that V is the distance of image. This formula is for concave lens and convex lens both. V distance of image, U distance of object, F focal length of the lens. This is the lens formula which is most important.